What's up? How you doing? I met the world's best cab driver purely by accident. Many years ago, I had taken a cross-country Greyhound bus ride. I went to check out locations and do a little exploring. It was a very nice trip, but somewhere along the line I realized that I was running low on funds, so it was time to get back. So I went to the Greyhound station and I got a ticket to return, and I set aside a few bucks for food. I set aside everything I had, basically. And I'm not the kind of guy that likes to keep his money in a wallet or nice and neat folded in a pocket. My money is all over the place in different pockets, and it's all scrunched up in different geometric shapes. The rationality behind that is that every once in a while you end up with more money than you think you have, and it's a pleasant surprise. But also the opposite is true, where sometimes you think you have more money than you have and you reach in your pocket and there's nothing left. So anyway, that's the technique there. So I'm on the Greyhound bus and I'm coming home and have a few magazines that I bought, a couple of newspapers, and I'm reading them because it's a boring ride. And then at some point I realized that my pockets are feeling kind of empty here. So I reach in and I count my money, and there's only a couple of bucks left. And there's 14 hours left on the trip back home. So I get my last meal, and I realize for 14 hours I'm going to be hungry. And it's daytime, so there's no way of sleeping because I'm wired, even though I'm trying to sleep it off. Anyway, time passes like it usually does, and I arrive back home. I get off the Greyhound, and it's 14 degrees outside. It's got a breeze going on, 9:30 at night. And I realize that I have no money even for the train and bus that I need to take to get back home, because I'm still several miles out. So I grab my bag and decide to walk back home. To get back home, I have to cross through several miles of lonely road, where there's a house here and space in between of several hundred yards and another house here. And this road has no lights. It's like you're in the country somewhere. So I'm walking on this road. It's very cold, breezy, and just cloudy outside. So I notice headlights coming from behind me, and I pull over to let the car go by. But the car, I notice the headlights are following me, and they stop, and I turn around, and what do I see? I see one of these old-fashioned type of cabs. They're bigger on the inside than they look on the outside. So anyway, so it pulls over, and I see a hand do this, and I go over to the window, and he says to me, you need a ride? I go, I need a ride, but I'm broke. He's like, don't worry about it, hop in. So I go, yeah, I don't have any money. He said, don't worry about it. I said, all right, I'll send you the cash. He said, no, it's on me. So he brings me all the way to my house, and says to me on the way as we're driving, he says, my name is Charlie DiGiovanni. He goes, I'm a cab driver for many years in this city, and he told me a story that he returned from World War II from Fort Dix, gets off at Fort Dix, has to go back to his home, which is near where I live, and he realizes that he's broke and he has to walk down that road that I'm walking on. And he said a cab pulls up behind him, just like it happened to me. And he looked, and it was a girl from his high school that became a cab driver. And she gave him a ride home on that cold night, just like he was giving me a ride home on that cold night. And he said it was kind of like payback, like he was returning the favor. And I said, thank you very much. Charlie DiGiovanni, 52 years, experience driving a cab. No GPS, no maps, all the streets memorized in his head. Anyway, a couple of times after that, I ran into Charlie DiGiovanni, and he gave me a ride to a movie theater one time, and one time I had to go in town, he gave me a ride then. Very nice guy, best cab driver in the world. Drove one of these cabs his entire career. Anyway, that's what happened. So now, when I'm on that lonely road, I look for people that need a ride. And so far, haven't seen anybody walking on that road. But then again, Charlie DiGiovanni hadn't seen anybody from World War II up until the time he had seen me walking on that road. Usually people are driving on that road. So I thank Charlie DiGiovanni for his kind help that day. Otherwise, who knows what would have happened. I may have frozen the side of the road like a statue. So, thank you.